No wonder the fearless honey badger fears neither life nor death. Just two of them dared to challenge a Bengal tiger. They even managed to keep the tiger from gaining the upper hand. But unfortunately, luck eventually turned against them. Once separated, one of them was instantly overwhelmed. If it weren't for the cubs waiting inside the den, he probably would have fought all day long. Today, the honey badger was unlucky. He encountered a dangerous opponent, a Bengal tiger. Normally speaking, honey badgers are tough but provide little meat, so tigers usually avoid them. But this tiger may have been starving. Even a tiny meal was still worth taking. So it launched an attack on the honey badger. But the honey badger relied on its small, agile body to easily dodge the deadly strike. He quickly retreated into his sturdy den, but the tiger had no intention of giving up. It frantically dug at the dirt around the entrance with its claws, determined to drag him out. Suddenly, another male honey badger appeared. He clamped tightly onto the tiger's tail. The pain made the tiger roar loudly. The female sensed the change in the battle. She quickly joined the fight as well. The two honey badgers formed a perfect pincer attack, fighting together against the mighty king of beasts. The tiger was suddenly caught in a dilemma, trapped between the two fearless attackers. These were not helpless prey animals. They were aggressive little warriors. The tiger quickly changed its strategy, focusing all its power on one target, in an attempt to break the stalemate. But the two agile and powerful little fighters always slipped away at the last second. They dodged nearly every deadly attack with ease. What was supposed to be a one-sided hunt had now become a frustrating battle of endurance. Even the tiger's attack rhythm was completely disrupted. As the saying goes, I can make 100 mistakes, but you can only make one. Facing these two cunning little beasts, the tiger finally figured out their tactics. Brute force in the end, overpowered strategy. The tiger seized the perfect moment and bit down on the male honey badger's neck. Against nearly 500 kilograms of bite force, even the tough honey badger could not resist. The tide of the battle changed instantly. The female no longer had any reason to continue fighting. Deep inside the den was a warm and private world. But danger often arrives uninvited. The scent coming from the honey badger attracted a curious young sloth bear. It stretched out its claws and began digging at the soil, wanting to see what was inside. But to the honey badger, this was a declaration of war. Only then did the young sloth bear realize what was in the den. It had no intention of hunting. It was simply curious and peeking around. But the honey badger wasn't interested in explanations. Once you cross his line, you fight. Another absurd battle suddenly broke out. The young sloth bear tried to pin the honey badger down with its weight. But this hyper little beast was impossible to subdue. The sloth bear kept missing its attacks. After several exchanges, the young sloth bear still couldn't do anything to him. The confrontation gradually reached a stalemate. Their combat abilities seemed evenly matched. Neither side could gain an advantage, but in terms of fighting spirit alone, the honey badger clearly seemed stronger. Just as the battle reached its most intense moment, another figure suddenly rushed in. It was the young sloth bear's twin brother. He had clearly heard the sounds of fighting and came to help. The situation instantly reversed again. The sloth bear brothers moved left and right, trapping the honey badger in the middle, just like earlier, when two honey badgers fought a fierce tiger together. As the saying goes, 4 hands can't beat 8 fists. The honey badger was momentarily restrained, but the honey badger's fearlessness was never just talk. Even while under heavy attack, he still refused to back down. The chaotic battle became even more brutal. There was no hunting purpose, no desperate fight for survival. It was purely a clash between powerful animals. just to prove who was stronger. The Sloth-Bear brothers gained a clear advantage. They used a rotation strategy, constantly draining the honey badger's stamina. But the honey badger never stopped fighting back. Every bite he delivered was fierce and vicious. The two sloth bears gradually realized that this little beast never seemed to tire. Continuing the fight would bring them no benefit. The first sloth bear finally gave up, turning around and disappearing into the grass. The battle instantly became balanced again. The honey badger's agility and aggression once again stood out. The honey badger once more enjoyed the thrill of being superior in combat, seeing the chaotic fight dragging on endlessly. The second sloth bear gradually lost its fighting spirit. In the end, it turned and fled the battlefield. The battle ended with the honey badger victorious. If you like this, please subscribe. Thank you.